Okay, so, yeah, hello everybody. Coming back after a while. I guess in this video I wanted to try and talk about, mainly to my female audience, if I even have any. I wanted to try and talk about, the law of attraction in relationships. Whether you've been in a serious long relationship with someone and you happen to notice these traits about yourself that you didn't really think about in your early 20s. Like how, if you're a certain age, you may be like 20 years old going on to, middle 20s to like late 20s maybe. I noticed that because I went through it as well. I've noticed that when you're in your 20s, you are not looking for any kind of serious thing with someone. Maybe you are, but I don't think that goes for most people. So when you're in middle school and high school, you're basically looking for somebody who just looks good, I don't know. I don't want to really share my whole personal life on this recording, but I don't know. I've just come to the realization that hypergamy hits every single woman on this planet. I don't care what kind of woman you are. I don't care how you think, how your mind is. Hypergamy is always going to hit women the hardest, because as women, we tend to just focus only on looks and not really the personality, or I don't know, say like your significant other is your best friend, like in our earlier years, it's like the women don't care about that. They just care about what their type is, how they look, because they want to be physically attracted to the person. And it's crazy because all the other stuff, all the other qualities in these types of people, these people will come later after the looks, and you're thinking about it and you're like, yeah, hypergamy will hit any woman. I don't care what kind of woman you are. Hypergamy will always hit any kind of woman. It doesn't matter who she is. As women, we tend to just focus more on looks. And then if we're lucky enough, if the man is good looking to you, and you're lucky enough to have him like cherish you and just really want to take care of you also, like that, like you won the jackpot, if that's the case, because You know, most men will just look at women and they'll think, okay, well, she only wants to be with me because she only thinks I look good, and that's it. You know, like the man will realize earlier in the relationship that, okay, well, yeah, she looks good, but she's not really my type, you know. You know, because I went through that in college, you know. Saw a guy I really, really thought was attractive, and I attached myself really quick. But he thought I was attractive too, but I think he was like 2 years, I think he was like 2 or 3 years younger than me, but my ex, he agreed to be in a relationship with me, but I don't think he ever thought that I was the one for him, and that's the thing. It's just it's so crazy and sad because most women will just want to be in a relationship with someone who looks better than them, and they don't consider like the other qualities that they may have, or maybe I don't know. I don't know how it goes with certain people. And now, I think on it now, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter about the looks now. Like, just be lucky that somebody chose to, stay with you and cherish you, for who you really are, as a person. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this video, but I don't think this video is any good because I try to, I have the conversations in my head about a certain topic, like no problem. Like, I'll be talking in my head about the topic and it sounds really good, but when I hit record on the phone and I try and talk about it then, it's like it's not as good. But, yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit more about that because, as a woman, I'm 38, I'm just chilling now, but, I still have these images in my head and that wanting of like that perfect person that I could possibly be with. And I think that's the hypergamy kicking in. Because I will always think about the ideal dream man that I've always wanted. I think about that every day, every single day. But I'm 38 now. I'm just chilling. Even though hypergamy has hit me for a while now. But at my age, it's like, okay, I might as well just settle here, because I can only speculate from afar and all that, yeah, but, the hypergamy is brutal. Because I will always have that, more of that passion towards the guy who just looks, the guy who just looks better than me. Like, even though I am, grateful that I'm in this position now where I'm at, because I get to have peace of mind. I get to have a somewhat stable environment, with somebody who loves me, who cherishes me. We can talk about anything together. We can even talk about topics that we find, disturbing, or somewhat controversial, without feeling super weird, or feeling any kind of negative emotion about it. I feel pretty secure and safe in this spot where I'm at right now. So yeah, it's crazy, because the whole looks thing, the looks thing is just, it's just a mask. It's just a cover for somebody who you don't really even know yet. But just because they look good, it's like just because they look good, you'd want to go over to them and try and talk to them because you're really attracted to them. But that's only a cover for what's really inside that person, And I'm gonna end it here, because I don't really know where else I'm going with this video. So I don't know, that was just something that was on my mind, and I just wanted to try and get out there. So yeah.